My people have shackled the stars and broke mortality when the species you spring from had barely left the slime pools. Our wars burned reality, and the dominion of our kings was without limit. The ground you tread on is not yours. It is ours.
Our survivors, those that would tear humanity down, are legion. Our forces are few, our enemies many. There is no respite.
Hi again, NK here, and today we're going to be going over the Metal Skelly Boys, Robo-Mummies, the Necrons. The Necrons are the oldest race/faction in 40k. They are also the most technologically advanced. They are soulless robots with god-killing weapons and a disdain for everything else as well as each other. They've been asleep for millions of years on planets known as tomb worlds and are just waking up to claim the rest of the galaxy from these younger races. They are one of, if not the most powerful faction in 40k, and would absolutely dominate the galaxy if it wasn't for the fact that most Necron dynasties hate each other, and some tomb worlds haven't been fully awakened yet, or have been destroyed. Necrons on their own are interesting. If you ask a Necron warrior how their day was, they would reply with, before vaporizing you. Only higher-ranked Necrons have personalities, but there are some exceptions, like the Destroyer cults and the Flayed ones. Destroyer cults are Necrons that have developed a hatred towards all organic life and seeks to eradicating it. They upgrade and modify their bodies to improve their skills of killing. And as for the Flayed ones, they're Necrons inflicted with a madness that makes them crave meat. They seek to kill organic creatures and devour their flesh. Only they can't eat it because Necrons don't have actual mouths. Necrons have extremely powerful weapons. Their basic warriors are equipped with Gauss flares, guns that shoot out beams of energy that atomize space marines. One of the most powerful weapons that isn't really supposed to be a weapon is the Celestial Orrery. It is a real-time interactive map of the entire galaxy. Because the Necrons are basically masters of reality, interacting with the map will actually affect the galaxy itself. The reason why the Necrons don't use it to wipe out their enemies is because doing so could cause a chain reaction that will destroy the galaxy. The origins of the Necrons date back before they became the Necrons. They were originally a race known as the Necrons. Admittedly, when I first saw what they looked like, I thought I was looking at Voldemort's uncle who shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a school. Anyways, the Necrons lived short, painful, and miserable lives. Their home planet was a wasteland and they would regularly get cancers from their sun's radiation. They quickly developed space travel to get away from their star, only to find that its curse still followed them. They were pretty much hopeless until they met, guess who? You know them, you love them, or hate them. The Old Ones. The Necrons met their answer to their cursed existence and begged the Old Ones for their secrets of immortality. But the Old Ones refused, because they had a code that they would not interfere with the species' natural progression. The Necrons were not happy with this and declared war on the Old Ones. This was how the War on Heaven started. The war did not go well for them, as the Old Ones easily pushed them back. The Necrons were about to give up until they discovered a strange space cloud that was eating a star. This was the Catan. The Necrons managed to make contact with the Catan and found out that they shared a common enemy, the Old Ones. The Necrons built artificial bodies for the Catan, and the Catan, known as the Deceiver, and no, he is not Tzeentch, convinced their ruler, the Silent King, to build biofurnaces to give his people better bodies and immortality in order to be able to fight against the Old Ones. The Necrons took the deal and worshipped the Catan as gods. But what they didn't know is that the biofurnaces would suck out their souls and feed them to the Catan. Because apparently stars have gotten bland and boring, and souls make for an excellent delicacy. I have to try that. And so, the Necrons became the Necrons. Round 2, and the Necrons were winning this time. The Old Ones ended up creating races like the Eldar and the Kork to stand a chance, but it wasn't enough. At the same time, the Catan were backstabbing each other to gain more souls to devour. Everything was absolutely chaotic and it started affecting the warp, which is how it became the way it is today. At the end, most of the old ones were wiped out, and the Silent King turned his attention towards the remaining Catan. He wanted revenge for what they did to him and his people, so they attacked and shattered the Catan, placing them in structures for them to be used as super weapons. Wow. Seriously, imagine that. And imagine an entire race of robots literally shattering and enslaving their own gods. That is metal. The Necrons were weakened after the war, as the Eldar became the dominant force in the galaxy. So the Silent King ordered his people to go into tombs and sleep for millions of years in hopes of waiting out the Eldar and take over the galaxy. Some would wake up early, some not at all. Some were still loyal to the Silent King, and some would denounce him and try to build their own empire. As of recent, the king has returned, and many tomb worlds have awakened, ready to take back what they believe was theirs. There are a lot of cool individuals among the Necrons, one of them being Imhotep the Stormlord. Now, Imhotep was once awakened by a Necron noble in hopes that he would help the noble take over the dynasty. Instead, Imhotep decided to say, "Screw you, kill all the nobles, and take the dynasty for himself." Nice. And then there is Trazen the Infinite, everyone's favorite Necron, who has a great museum filled with things that he quote-unquote collected over the years. In all honesty, I feel kinda sorry for the Necrons. All they wanted was freedom from their pained existence. And while they got it, it literally cost them their souls. Still, that doesn't change the fact that they're one of the greatest threats in the galaxy, but they're not the greatest threat. But we're gonna have to talk about that next time. Anyways, I've been NK. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.